Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist. And listen, I just want to hop on real quick to give y'all some wellness essentials, some points for life. And it's just 4 points. So listen real quick, okay? One, people who hate you cannot wait until you do or say something to justify their hatred. Current events, the way I am seeing some people crash out in hatred for folks. It's like you can tell who always hated somebody based off of how they react to a thing that person does or says that they do not agree with. It's like their chance finally to say, see, I told you they wasn't right. I told you something was off with them. And here's what, you're not going to vibe with everybody. That's cool. You're not going to like everybody. That's cool. But some of y'all, it is pure hatred. And you need to really tap into yourself, tap into that shadow, and figure out why. You don't know that person for real. So why do you hate them so? Point two, never allow anyone to be your sole source of nourishment. Because get this, if they are what feeds you, then they can ultimately be and might end up being what starves you. I understand that we all need external validation. I don't need nobody getting in these comments saying, no, I don't. Yes, everybody does require external validation every now and then. It feels good to have it. But more importantly is your internal validation. Because see, if you have poured into you enough, then somebody else pouring into you is a bonus. So never ever solely depend on somebody for your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, that validation. Because if they are what feeds you, they will and can be what starves you. Third point, can we please stop thinking that resistance has to be something major or requires something major? Because you see, all major change throughout history required those who did things on a smaller level. See, your name might not ever be on a building, but your small acts contributed to a brick in that foundation. Okay? So stop thinking that you got to do something huge. You don't. Do something at the level that you can, and that's enough. And last but not least, a very common saying, proper planning prevents poor performance. Can y'all please stop telling folks what they need to be doing right now at this current climate in our country? Can y'all stop telling folks what they need to be doing if you ain't got a whole plan that the least of these can follow without harm? Okay? In the words of Kendrick Lamar, you got a big mouth, but you lack big ideas. It's not enough. All right? We have got to use nuance and critical thinking skills right now. Okay? We can't be like what we are fighting against and just jump the gun on shit without thinking. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work well. All right. So let's take a step back. Take a moment to breathe. Like I said the other day, I am the type of person that I cannot be outraged 100% of the time. It is bad for my mental health. But guess what? That's bad for anybody's mental health. You cannot be in a rage all the time. You're going to be in a grave early. Okay? So take a moment, breathe, go frolic in some grass. Hold on to the people that love you and who you love. Tap into that light side of yourself. Do some shadow work. Talk to folks. Have the hard discussions, of course, but take a breath. It's okay for us to stop and breathe, even in chaos, because if you don't, you will be consumed by the very fire you are trying to put out. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your evening, and I will holler at y'all later.